It's that time of year again.
What time?
Annual inventory time. And today we're walking you through how we tackle annual inventory for our 2-person home-based reselling business.
She's right, it's 2. I know doing inventory seems a little bit overwhelming at times, but it's essential for your reselling business. You need to keep track of your items. So we're going to walk you step by step through how we do it, and then you can maybe learn a few things or pick up some tips from there.
First things first, we always have everything ready to go. We have our inventory spreadsheet open, the eBay app open. We have a pen and a paper for notes. We actually do our inventory over the course of several days, sometimes even weeks, because we have over 4,000 items in our eBay inventory. But depending on how many items you have, it may take you just a few days, or it may take you a few weeks, or you may choose to do inventory in several bursts throughout the year. It just depends on what you prefer. So we're going to dive into bin D8. So this year we decided that our threshold for just not messing with the listing was July 1st. So if it's been listed for 6 months or less, we're just leaving it as is. We're not touching anything on the listing. If it's been listed for longer than 6 months, we're ending the listing. We are taking a look at it to make sure, are we going to keep that item in our inventory? Are we going to lower the price? Are we going to increase the promoted rate on our ad rate? Or are we going to tweak the listing in some way? So those are all of the things that we're looking at on items that are listed for 6 months or over. So let's go in and see what we have.
So I unload the bin completely first, and then she'll go through and find the 6 month or less stuff. I'll put it back in the bin, and then we'll work with what's left.
So this has been D8. So I'm actually going to go into my active listings and search by D8. You can actually specify that you want to search by custom SKU, but I find that just doing it this way is easier because most listings don't have D8 in them. You can see over here, my custom label is D8. And it's pulled up every item that we have in D8. And actually that's all it's pulled up. So you can see that that search feature works really well if you're in your active listings. Okay, so then I'm going to call out to him all of the items that we are keeping in our inventory. The first item is a pair of women's black twill chino pants. Gap is the brand.
What's the brand?
Sorry, the brand is Gap.
Gap True Straight?
Yes. Next up is a teal fleece hoodie by the brand Catherine's.
Yep.
C.D. Daniels heavy knit pencil skirt.
What color is it?
Black.
Oh, right there.
A Catherine's purple fleece hoodie.
Yep.
12 pair of hose.
Yep.
A Sabo kind of blue and white striped dress, new with tags.
This thing?
Yeah. The Jams button-up shirt.
Okay.
American Eagle crop top, chambray embroidered.
This thing.
Yeah. A granny square afghan.
Okay.
And that is it. So then I'm going to go in and I'm going to select all of those items that fall into our threshold of reconsidering. And I'm going to end those listings. So some people say that doing relisting and sell similar accomplishes the same goal, but we choose to do end and sell similar because there is a rumor that the eBay algorithm likes that better. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but that's the way we choose to do it. However, I will tell you to proceed with caution because we have lost our top rated seller status using the end item and sell similar method, because when you have multi-variation listings,
which we have a lot of
with our trading cards, it resets the quantity of all of your variations back to the original quantity of the listing when you very first created it.
So let's say I have 10 Ken Griffey Jr. cards and we've sold 4 of them. It puts it back to 10 Ken Griffey Jr. cards whenever you do it that way. So
we had sold out of a lot of cards, did end item, sell similar, and then did not realize that it had reset the quantity and resold a bunch of cards that we were sold
we
out
didn't
of.
have, yeah.
Like a lot of cards. So many that we got so many defects on our account that we lost our top rated seller status for several months.
For a while.
So anyway, don't let that happen to you. Just let that serve as a warning to make sure that you're either not doing end item and sell similar on multi-variation listings or double checking your quantity of items when you do that.
A lot of you won't have multi-variation listings. It's not everybody does that, but be wary.
Okay, so let's dive into this and see what we're left with here. So I'm going to go into ended listings. I'm going to refresh my page here. And I'm going to look at what we have. So the first item I'm going to look at is this West Virginia t-shirt. This is listed at $24.99. This was actually gifted to us, so we don't have any cost. So we definitely have room to move on that. And I'm going to relist that at probably $19.99.
And this will be about $4.50 to ship. $4.50 to $4.75-ish.
So I'm gonna copy the title because sometimes in the past I didn't always put the copy and paste the title into the item description, and I do that now. So I just am cleaning up the listing, looking for any mistakes or inconsistencies and fixing that up. So things that we're taking into consideration when we're looking at these listings is how much margin is there to make profit. We're looking at what our ad rate is listed at. And on this one, we have it currently listed at 4%. So I'm going to raise that to 6%. And we're looking at also how many views has the item had? How many watchers does the item have? Has it gotten any traction? What do we think the chances of it selling are? How much does it weigh? How much is it going to cost us to ship? Because a lot of our items are listed at free shipping. So there are a lot of factors that go into making the decision, but this one still had a lot of profit margin, room to wiggle. So I relisted that, and I can double check that if I want to by refreshing my active listing page. You can see it on there. Now that I've done that, I want to get rid of that out of my ended items so it's not confusing me. So now I'm going to choose this blinged out Longhorn t-shirt. That one is currently listed at $3.99. We must have that listed with plus shipping. Let me go see.
$3.99.
$3.99 plus shipping. We actually changed several items last year to plus shipping to see if that would nudge them to sell, and obviously it didn't help this one.
I believe that one's getting donated.
And this one is getting donated. So what I do in the instance of a donated item, this one is cross-posted. You can see that I have a note in our custom SKU that it's cross-posted. I turn to Kevin and I say, this is getting unlisted and it's cross-posted. So he will go to both Poshmark and mercari, and he will delist those. If it was a vintage item, he would go to Etsy too, and he would delist that. So while he's doing that, I am going to go to our spreadsheet and delete it off of our spreadsheet. There it is. We got that at the thrift store. We paid $1.89, and we got that in 2021. So it's definitely time for it to go. Now, one thing you want to note is if you are using a spreadsheet exclusively for maintaining all of your financials, you want to make note of your cost of goods somewhere, because even if you're donating something, your cost of goods can be applied to your taxes. You definitely want to consult an accountant on how all of that works. But we have already entered all of our financial information in our accounting software, so it's okay for us to delete this off of our spreadsheet. We use our spreadsheet exclusively for maintaining our statistics and our inventory and such. So I'm going to delete this off of our spreadsheet. And we actually use the Ginger Marvin spreadsheet. This is a spreadsheet that Chris designed, and they give this away to resellers for free. So I would Definitely recommend this spreadsheet. It is very thorough, it's free, and it's a great resource for resellers. I would recommend checking out Ginger Marvin's channel. They do a lot of Poshmark sales, actually. If you're interested in Poshmark, that's a great resource for that, but we will link their channel down below. And speaking of Poshmark, if you're new to our channel and you haven't heard of Posh Sidekick, it's one of our favorite tools for selling. It's software that automates all of those annoying tasks on Poshmark that you don't want to do as a seller. It follows other sellers, it shares your closet, and it'll even send offers for you. Plus, there are a lot of other great tools built into the software. And you get all of that for just $29.99 a month. That's just $1 a day or less for you to not have to worry about doing any of that. If you want to check out Posh Sidekick and give it a try, there's a link in our description box below. You can try it for 7 days for free, and then if you like it, you can use the coupon code TheNinasJewels10 to get 10% off of your subscription. Now let's get back to the inventory. Okay, next up is a vintage dress.
It just says vintage dress.
It's this eggplant dress. This one we have listed at $52.99. It has 22 watchers.
Wow.
So I would definitely say that this has potential to sell. It just probably needs the right price. So
what's it listed at?
$52.99. So I'm gonna go in and see. It's a very small size, so that is affecting it. And it has some damage. But that's a lot of watchers. Okay, so I'm going to change it. I want it to sell this year. I don't want to hang on to it for too much longer.
$44.99.
I'm going to change it to, I'm going to do $42.99.
$42.99.
Because I think we only paid $5 for it.
Oh, we wouldn't have paid much for it.
And I'm going to increase the ad rate to 6% because I think that'll help it too. So I'm going to list that. Give that to him.
I hope I never see you again.
I know. Well, yeah, I hope you see it and ship it.
Yeah, well, only when I'm saying goodbye to you.
Yeah, and then we got this Ralph Lauren shirt.
Our Ralph Lauren shirts normally sell really well.
They do normally sell. This one's getting close. This one's getting close to being...
Why is this one not selling?
I don't know. It says it's in excellent condition, but we have it... It looks like we've already lowered it because $20.99 is a strange price.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to go and look at the listing. And it's had 0 views and 0 watchers.
Something might be wrong with this.
So I'm going to look at the listing real carefully. Ralph Lauren men's 15.5, 34.35 Yarmouth purple gingham dress shirt. We still have 7 characters left on that. So what else could I put in my keywords?
Check.
Yeah, let's try that.
It's a pretty shirt. It's the nice color.
All right, so I changed the title, so I'm actually going to go into my spreadsheet. And I'm going to look up Yarmouth. I think that was probably the easiest one. And I'm going to update the title in here too,
We always try and keep the title exactly the same so that when I'm searching to enter the information when we ship it, I can find it.
I can update these listing.
And that will cost $5 something to ship.
I'll put the title in here. And I'm going to lower this to $17.99. Because this is really not getting any views. Something's up with this listing.
I don't understand that one.
Because we usually sell those.
Ralph Lauren polo shirts sell really well for us.
All right, next up, this is a Joy silk
yours,
shirt.
wasn't it?
Yeah, I actually bought that on eBay a long time ago. So, okay, so this Joy tank top is listed at $34.99. I'm going to lower that to $29.99. It's 100% silk, so it should sell.
Why is it listed so high? It's silk. Yeah, this thing will only be like $4.50 to ship too. It's cheap. Cheap shipping.
It's already
It's very light.
The ad rate's already 10%, so that one we've had for a while. Okay, next up is this cabbie shirt. And that one I think has a little bit of wear. So I think that one might be getting taken out because it is already listed at $16.99. I'm going to go make sure that it doesn't have shipping on it. Yeah. I think we're going to end this one. So that one's getting ended, and
We've
had it for a long time. I'll look it up.
I mean, it would only be like, again, $4.50 to $5 to ship. So we have a little room, but
we paid $4.32 for it. It's had 3 views. It has 1 watcher, but I think we've had that thing since 2021. And it has like some damage on it. I don't want to risk a return.
It has damage on it?
Yeah, I don't want to risk a return, and people who pay the least amount are the most likely to return.
Who return things.
Or complain. Just saying. All right, so I'm going to take that out of our spreadsheet.
So 2 items out of this bin.
And that needs to come off. It's cross-posted.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, cabbie. Okay, this is a romper, and it's listed at $24.99, so I'm going to lower that to $19.99. It's had a little bit of interest, but not a lot. I mean, I could lower it like $2 and maybe try to string it along a little bit more and get a little bit more money out of it, but I'm not all about like keeping these things forever either, so I'd rather get them to sell.
We don't mind giving somebody a good deal as long as they want it.
Because obviously this stuff is not flying off the shelf. It's not like super sought after. So now at this point, I'm just about getting it 1080. I don't want to hang on to this in my inventory for 2 years.
Taking up space, we can use something that would sell.
Exactly. We can get something that will make $25, $25, $30, $40 on. Okay, this is an Argentinian poncho. This has 2 watchers and it's listed at $29.99. So I'm going to relist that at $24.99 because I think that still has a good chance of selling. But watchers don't really always mean that it's going to sell. It just means that there's been interest in the item. But, you will lose your watchers if you're doing sell similar. So do have a heads up on that. If you do relist, you'll get to keep your watchers. But, if they've been watching it all this time and they haven't bought it, then they're not going to buy the item anyway. So I think it's really no love lost on that.
And this thing will cost $6 to $7.
They're definitely lurking, not watching in that respect. All right, this is some kind of like big cowl neck.
Well, this thing looks heavy.
It is kind of heavy. And it's listed at $42.99. So
there's plenty of room.
Yeah. I'll try 30.
Because this will be like $9 to ship. 10.
We'll go with $36.99 on that one. So
we factor these things in because most of our stuff is free shipping.
This one must be a pretty new listing because I already had the title in there. I think that one was right.
I think that was gifted to us.
I am going to increase the ad rate on this to 6%. Okay, so after I've done all of that in eBay, I do one more thing to double check that we don't have any weird issues or inconsistencies. So I take that custom SKU number, which was D8, and I enter that into our search bar on our spreadsheet. And I'm actually going to scroll through and make sure that everything that we just looked at on eBay matches up with what we're seeing in our spreadsheet. So I see that here's the poncho, the Argentinian poncho. Here's the romper. Here's the dress that had 22 watchers. That is something else. That doesn't count. There's the dress shirt, the Ralph Lauren dress shirt. There's the West Virginia t-shirt. There's that weird thing I did at the very end of the big tunic. There's the Afghan. That is not applicable. There's the crop top, the jams, that thing, the hose, the hoodie, the other hoodie, the pencil skirt, the Gap pants, and we're back to the poncho. So that all matches up. So that's good. So what we've had in the past is we've done the custom SKU on the Finder bar in our spreadsheet, and we've found something that's supposed to be in the bin according to our spreadsheet, and maybe it was something that we pulled out last year, or maybe it was something that we sold in our garage sale and it just didn't get deleted off of our spreadsheet. So when that happens, what I do is I double check. I take the item brand name or, a description or something, and I type that into the search bar on eBay. Make sure it's not listed on eBay. If it's not listed on eBay or any other platform, then I can feel safe about deleting that off of my spreadsheet. So that is all of the bins that we're gonna do today. Thanks for joining us for our annual inventory process. If you do an annual inventory, let us know in the comments below and share any tips that you might have.
And if you got anything useful out of this video, please like and subscribe.
Thanks so much, and we'll catch you
on the flip side.